Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a 212A, it's a Tier 9 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Mountain Pass, and it's under the command of Mikis Zezas. Now I hope I've pronounced his name correctly. I really like to get it right sometimes. Well, this Arty is, well, it has the 203mm howitzer mounted on it. And well, he's gone straight to the aim, straight off the bat. So he's looking to get an early shot on the enemy. That 203mm howitzer will do 1050 alpha, and it's got a penetration of 52mm and a burst radius of 10.9. So it's pretty efficient if you get the enemy within the burst circle. Well, at the moment, he's looking around for any sign that the enemy is up there. And there normally is somebody who goes right up to the top of the ramp at the start of a game. Normally a tank destroyer sitting behind that bush. He's firing a round in. And it lands nearby. And he's pulling away to a new firing position. Now, the 212A never actually existed. They were considering building this Arty. It was going to be designed on the hull of a KV-220, but they never got around to it. So unfortunately, it's one of those fictional Artys that might have existed, but never did. Okay, the good thing about the 212A though is that because it's an enclosed Arty, you can use vents, and that means you can greatly improve the performance of the crew. Okay, well, we've got a bunch of enemy tanks all together, and this is going to be really bad for them. Look at that, he hit 4 tanks with one shot. Oh, they are going to be moaning, all of them. They're going to be cursing Arty. 4 tanks hit with one shot, and that's what happens when tanks group together really close. Now, of course, the other thing is that this Arty has a relatively quick reload as well. And so those tanks are about to get hit again. Almost ready to go. Rounds out straight away. And another 3 tanks have been struck. This is really bad news for the enemy because some of those are heavy tanks. It's a tier 10 game with tier 9 tanks in it. And he's hitting tier 10 tanks, which is going to massively improve his XP earning for this battle. He's almost ready to go again. And looks like that AE Phase 1 doesn't want to be part of this bunch. He knows another shell's on its way in. Rounds out. And another 3 tanks are hit, including that AE Phase 1. Look at them, they're stunned. They can't really take part in the battle. And even though the T-95 has actually moved a bit further closer to our tanks, these guys can't get past the corner because the moment they do, they're going to get hit by Arty. They're backing off. They're not happy. Another shell's about to be fired. Here we go. Rounds out. And another 3 tanks have been struck. 4 tanks have been stunned. And of course, we're picking up stun assist now as well. So far, Mikis has managed to get 3,083 hit points of actual damage. That's as much as we know at the moment. He might have actually done more. He's almost ready to go again. Just lining up the shot, rounds out. And another 3 tanks have been struck. If this carries on at this rate, he might actually get a triple bombardier. These tanks are losing all their hit points to the Arty rounds. Oh, and probably some of the other players who are actually shooting it from across the near the bridge. And also the standard B's now getting involved. Almost ready to go again. Rounds out on the Badger this time. And he's the only tank that's struck, but he's badly hit. And in fact, virtually all the tanks on the enemy team have now been killed or wiped out. There's only 5 enemy tanks, 4 tanks now. 2 Arty and 2 tank destroyers, and one of the tank destroyers is the Heshbon, the other one's that Badger. And that Badger, well, he's not happy, he's pulled back behind the Rex. He's going to get hit again by Arty very, very shortly. Mikas has got another shell coming into the breach. He's ready to go, rounds out, and another big hit, 462. He's 4,500 hit points of damage now, and well, the enemy Arty have been spotted. Going for the Heshbon, right up on top of that hill. Not sure if he'll get a shot on that though, because I suspect that that tank destroyer is probably going to be killed very shortly. We lost our 113 there. I think he was killed by the M53, M55. We're looking for the Heshbon. I cannot see him, but I'm pretty sure he's still there, and he may just be on the corner of that rock. Normally tanks would stay close to the rock to avoid any Arty shells, but they have to be fairly well up that rise. If they don't, then the tanks will get them instead. Mixes is ready to go, just needs sighting of the enemy. There he is! Rounds out, right into his engine bay. Oh, kill shot! Yes! Wins the battle! Nicely done. What a great game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Oh, it's an ace tanker for Mikas Zezas in the 212A. In fact, it's his first ace tanker in this vehicle. Scrolls underneath the M means it's the first time you've got it. He also managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17. A Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points for his own vehicle. A high caliber for getting the most damage in the game. And he also got a Confederate to boot for hitting more tanks than anyone else. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by others. And in fact, he only got that 1 kill in the entire game, the Heshbon. His win rate for the game was 5,440, which is Super Unicum standard. So let's have a look at team score. There you go, highest damage in the game, 5381. That was amazing. He was hitting multiple tanks with each shot, and it really did pay off for him in the end. 5381, that's a huge total. The next highest scorer actually in that game was the 113 who died at the end, killed by, shotgunned by the enemy Arty. He got 3788, and after that it was that Heshbon with 3694. When it came to kills though, it was actually the Badger on the enemy team did the best. He got 3 kills in that game, and then there's a whole bunch of tanks with 2 kills apiece, and I'm afraid Mikas Zezas only managed to get 1 kill, the Heshbon, but it was a good kill right at the end of the game. But when it came to base XP, he was right at the top of the table, and in fact he was the only player in a tier 10 game who managed to get over 1,000 base experience points. He got 1,196. The next highest scorer, the 113, got 971, and the standard B got 940. He fired 9 rounds, got 7 direct hits, 1 penetration, but he did 22 splashes during that game. 22! That's nearly... That's a huge number. Means he was nearly hitting 2.5 tanks every time he fired. It's just phenomenal. 5,381 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1, did 1,949 hit points of stun assist of 22 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 68,616 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and remember this ammo is fairly expensive, he still made a profit of 8,796 credits. He received 7 bonds for that battle, and 1,794 XP. There was no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away. But that was an excellent battle for your first ace tanker in the 212A. Congratulations to Mikas Zezas. What a great game that was. Yes, brilliant. So many enemy tanks, and they were all bunching together. I felt sure for a moment he was going to get a bombardier off some of them. That would have been really nice. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching.